My child, I see you. I know the silent battles you fight, the tears that never fall but drown you from the inside, and the questions you ask when no one's watching. God, are you really there? Do you hear me? And I want you to know, I was there in every moment, in every storm, in every setback. I was holding your heart even when it felt shattered. There was a girl named Emily from Tennessee who lost her mother to cancer at just 14. Her world turned cold, empty, and painfully quiet. She stopped praying. She believed I had abandoned her. But even when she turned away, I never left her side. I placed people in her life. A teacher who believed in her, a neighbor who always checked in, and a Bible left unopened on her nightstand. One day, broken and tired, she opened it, and her eyes fell on Isaiah 41 verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. That day, she wept, not in despair, but in surrender. She felt me, not as a distant deity, but as a father who never stopped loving her. You see, I never promised life would be easy. I never said you wouldn't face heartbreak, loss, or pain. But I did promise this: I will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31 verse 6. Every setback has a hidden lesson. Every delay carries purpose. And every pain, no matter how deep, is not wasted. I turn ashes into beauty. When you wonder why the doors keep closing, trust that I'm guiding you to better ones. When people walk away, know it's because I'm clearing space for those who will walk with you, not against you. My timing is not always your timing, but it is always perfect. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 reminds you, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. Let go, my child. Let go of what you were never meant to carry. That guilt, that grief, that fear. You were not built to bear it alone. Matthew 11 verse 28 says, Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Let me hold you in your weakness, because my grace is strongest when you feel weakest. I am not disappointed in you. I still delight in you. This world may try to define your worth by what you achieve, how you look, or how much you own. But I see your soul. I formed it with love, breathed life into it with purpose, and I called it good. Genesis 1 verse 31. You matter not because of your perfection, but because of my presence in you. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. You are deeply loved. And when you feel alone in your pain, remember this: even my son, Jesus, cried out in anguish on the cross. He too felt abandoned, but that pain brought resurrection. And so will yours. Hold on. Not because life is easy, but because I am faithful. Your story is not over. Your purpose is still unfolding. Your pain has a place in a bigger picture that you cannot yet see. So lift your head, breathe again, and trust me. I am still writing your story, and it is a masterpiece. My precious child, I know you're tired. Tired of holding it together when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. Tired of pretending you're okay when inside, you're barely holding on. You've prayed, waited, and wondered, God, when will things change? And when you don't hear me right away, it feels like I'm silent, absent, or maybe like I've forgotten you. But I haven't. I've been with you in every unseen moment. When you laid awake at night replaying every mistake, I was the stillness whispering peace into your restless soul. When the weight of the world sat heavy on your chest, I was the breath that kept you going. My child, I have never left your side. Not once. I remember Michael, a young father from Ohio. He lost his job during the pandemic, and then his marriage crumbled under the pressure. He had 2 daughters to raise and no direction. He sat in his truck one night, gripping the steering wheel, screaming into the silence, God, where are you now? But what he didn't know was that even in that darkness, I was moving. A stranger covered his grocery bill the next day. A distant friend offered him freelance work. He stumbled into a church one Sunday, not looking for me but for answers, and found both. He heard the words of Romans 8 verse 28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. That verse didn't erase the pain, but it reminded him, nothing is wasted. And he began to believe again, not in himself, but in me. So many of you are carrying grief that never healed, dreams that never bloomed, childhood wounds that still echo through adulthood. You think healing means forgetting, but it doesn't. It means surrendering, letting go of the need to understand every why, and choosing to trust me through the unknown. You were never meant to navigate this world alone. That's why I sent my son, not just to die for your sins, but to walk with you through your suffering, to sit with you in your sorrow. Hebrews 4 verse 15 says, "For we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weaknesses." Jesus knows betrayal. He knows heartbreak. He knows what it's like to be human, and yet he overcame. So will you. Some of you are waiting on a miracle, a job, a diagnosis, a relationship, and you think the delay means denial. But I need you to understand, my delay is often your protection. If you saw what I see, you'd thank me for every closed door. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 is not just a verse, it's my promise to you. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. Stop comparing your journey to others. What I'm doing in you is unique, sacred, and beyond what you can see today. Purpose is rarely born in comfort. It is birthed in fire, in heartbreak, in wilderness, in waiting. I am refining you, not punishing you. When the world says you're not enough, I say you are more than enough. When shame says you're too broken, I say you're redeemed. When fear says it's over, I say, be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10. So come back to me. Come back not with perfection, but with honesty. You don't need fancy prayers. Just whisper, God, I need you. I hear the trembling in your voice. I see the parts of you you've hidden from everyone. I still choose you. I still love you. Nothing, no sin, no past, no failure can separate you from my love. Romans 8 verses 38 to 39. I didn't create you to simply survive. I created you to live, to walk in freedom, to love deeply, to laugh again, to rise again. This is not the end of your story. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are my child, and I am not finished with you yet. So hold on. The sun will rise. Your tears are not in vain. Your healing is coming. Your joy will return. Trust my timing. Trust my heart. Trust that even now, I am working all things. Yes, even this, together for your good. And when you look back someday, you'll see that the pain didn't destroy you. It transformed you. And through it all, I was there. My beloved child, I know there are days when you feel like the prayers you've whispered have disappeared into silence. When you walk through the crowd feeling invisible, smiling, but silently aching. When your faith feels thin, like a flickering candle in a windstorm. But I want you to know something sacred. Even when you doubt me, I never doubt you. I see strength in you that you've forgotten. I placed it there. Do you remember the story of Joseph? Betrayed by his own brothers. Thrown into a pit. Sold into slavery. Wrongfully imprisoned. For years, it looked like I had forgotten him. But every delay, every injustice, every heartbreak was part of the design. What looked like destruction was preparation for destiny. He would rise from the prison to the palace, not because he was lucky, but because he trusted me when nothing made sense. And so will you. Maybe, like Joseph, you're in the middle of a season that feels unfair. Like life has taken more from you than it's given. Like you're walking through your own pit, wondering if you'll ever rise again. But I promise you, Genesis 50 verse 20 is still true for you today. What was meant for evil, God will use for good. You are being positioned, not punished. There's a promise on the other side of this pain. And yes, I know how hard it is to let go. To release the people who left. The ones who didn't stay. The version of life you imagined. But child, hear me. Sometimes I allow things to break so I can build something better. Not everything you lose is a loss. Some endings are the beginning of your becoming. There was a woman named Angela in Missouri. Her husband walked away after 22 years. She was shattered. She had wrapped her whole identity around her marriage. For months she couldn't get out of bed. One day, her granddaughter handed her a card that simply said, "You're still loved." That moment cracked something open. She turned to me in her rawness, not with strength, but with surrender. She read Psalm 34 verse 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. And she realized she hadn't been abandoned. She had been carried. You too are being carried, even now. Through every wave of grief. Through every anxious thought. Through every sleepless night. I'm there. And I will never ask you to walk through what I won't walk through with you. You're not weak because you cry. You're human. And even my son, whooped. At the tomb of his friend Lazarus, he didn't hide his sorrow. He felt it. He honored it. So should you. Emotions aren't signs of failure. They are signs of depth. Of heart. Beloved. But don't stay buried in your sorrow. Rise from it. There is still beauty waiting to be lived. Love waiting to be given. Purpose waiting to be discovered. I still have days for you that will make you laugh until your stomach aches. Moments that will leave you in awe. Miracles that will come when you least expect them. But you must trust me. Even when you can't see what I'm doing. Even when your heart aches with questions I haven't answered yet. Faith isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to believe anyway. Choosing to believe that I'm still working, even in the silence. That I'm still healing, even when it hurts. That I'm still good, even when the road is hard. And yes, this world is noisy. It will try to distract you with fear, division, fame, and false comfort. But I'm not in the chaos. I am in the stillness. I'm in the quiet moments when you sit with your morning coffee and feel peace you can't explain. I'm in the stranger's kindness. The song that comes on when you need it most. The sunset that colors the sky just for you. That's me, reminding you, you are loved beyond comprehension. I did not create you to merely exist. I created you to live abundantly. John 10 verse 10 says, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. That doesn't mean every day will be easy, but it does mean you'll never walk a day alone. So breathe, my child. You don't have to earn my love. You already have it. You don't have to figure everything out. You just have to hold my hand. Lay it all down. The guilt, the fear, the what ifs, the weight of perfection. Lay it down at my feet and pick up grace. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. You are exactly where I need you to be for what I'm preparing you to receive. The story I am writing in you is not just for you. It's for others too. One day, someone will find healing in your survival. Someone will find me because of you. So don't give up. You're closer than you think. And I promise, I'm making all things new. Even now. Even in this. My child, so many of you walk through life wearing invisible masks. You smile for the world but carry silent wounds at night. You perform, achieve, please, hoping it will quiet the ache inside. But I see through the performance. I see the little boy still trying to prove he's enough. I see the little girl still waiting to be chosen. And I need you to know, you are already loved. Not because of what you do, but because of who you are to me. You don't have to strive for worth. You don't have to compete for attention. You don't have to hustle for my love. I knew you before the world knew your name. I knit you together in your mother's womb, Psalm 139 verse 13. I numbered the hairs on your head, Luke 12 verse 7. Before you ever spoke my name, I whispered yours. And I know, shame tries to convince you that you're disqualified, that your past is too dark, that the choices you've made, the addictions you've fought, the secrets you've hidden, have separated you from me. But let me tell you something truth cannot deny. Nothing you've done has made me stop loving you. Not one moment. Not one mistake. Isaiah 1 verse 18 says, though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. I am not repelled by your brokenness. I run toward it. I specialize in restoration. I use the overlooked, the forgotten, the flawed, because I don't need perfection to do miracles. I need surrender. Remember David? He committed sins that would shock the world today. And yet, I still called him a man after my own heart. Because he turned back to me. He owned his failures, repented, and let me use even his darkest moments for my glory. And I can do the same with you. Your pain, your story, it is not your disqualification. It is your platform. I will use what you thought would destroy you to help someone else survive. That's the beauty of redemption. What the enemy meant for harm, I will turn into healing, not just for you, but for others too. But first, you must come to me. Not pretending, not polished. Come with your doubt, your anger, your fear. I can handle it. I'm not afraid of your questions. I'm not offended by your honesty. I would rather have your realness than your religion. Come like the prodigal son who had nothing left to give, who had run too far, wasted too much, lost everything. And yet, the father didn't meet him with punishment, but with a robe, a ring, and open arms. Luke 15 verses 11 to 32. That's how I love you. That's how I receive you. I don't keep a record of your wrongs. I write your name in the book of life. And when the world gets loud, when headlines fill you with fear, when the future feels uncertain and the pressure grows heavy, come back to my presence. Let me remind you of what's eternal. Presidents change. Markets fall. Seasons shift. But I remain the same. Hebrews 13 verse 8. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. You don't have to have all the answers to take the next step. You just need to trust that I will light your path, one step at a time. Psalm 119 verse 105. You are not walking in circles. I'm guiding you through a process. One that purifies. One that shapes. One that prepares you for more than you've ever imagined. I am not just the God of your Sunday. I am the God of your Mondays, your heartbreaks, your hospital rooms, your lonely apartments, your car rides when you cry without speaking. I am not far. I am closer than your next breath. Look up. The sky you see tonight, the stars, the moon, the silence, they echo my promise. You are not alone. You never were. And one day, when you see the full picture, when all the pieces finally come together, you'll understand why I let the storm rage, why the waiting lasted so long, why I closed certain doors, and you'll fall to your knees not in regret, but in awe. Because you'll see that through it all, I was writing something sacred. And until that day, keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep hoping. Keep coming back to me. I'm not finished with you. Not even close. I still have laughter for you. I still have love stories to write. I still have sunsets for you to see and songs for you to hear and people for you to bless. I still have miracles with your name on them. Don't give up. Don't give in. The best chapters are still being written. I am the author. You are my masterpiece. And I love you more than you could ever imagine. Forever. Your Heavenly Father.